Good evening, everyone. It's Sam here at Sacred Oak Temple. Today is the 8th of November. It's time for our full moon ritual. The theme for tonight is Into the Darkness. The Sacred Oak Temple acknowledges that we are located on Treaty 6 territory, here at a crossroads and meeting place for the Cree, the Dene, Blackfoot, Saulteaux, Lakota, and the Métis peoples. I offer tobacco to the spirits of the land, and I ask for their permission to be here and their help to come to belong. Now I'd like you to all settle yourself in your place for a grounding and centering, just to get rid of the day-to-day worries and settle yourself into a ritual space. Rock back and forth until you feel comfortably settled in your cushion or standing up, and take a deep breath in, hold it, and now release it. And again, in, hold, release. As the sun rises in the morning and the world is covered in light, so that we may see where we are and where we are going, in the same way, the heart, the mind, and the soul open up, and we reach for the light of understanding and connect to the infinite, which is reflected in each other. Take another deep breath in and release. We are prepared to enter sacred space. This is a ritual for the dark time of the year. And I'll begin by casting the circle. This is a place that is not a place, in a time that is not a time, halfway between the worlds of gods and mortals. This is a place that is all places, a time that is eternity, where the gods and mortals come together. This is a place that is our home, a time that is our lives, where we can be greater than we thought. As we call to the directions and the elements, please address them in your own home. To begin with the east, which is behind me in my home. Into the dark, it's time to go. We hate to leave, we must, though. Into the dark, it's time, and so we must begin our journey. Into the dark and through the trees to where we are expected to be. Enter our space now, power of the air, blessed be. To the south. The way is clear, the path is good. We have no fear and no one should. The dark is just dark, the cold is just cold. We welcome the transformative energy of fire into our circle. Blessed be. To the west. Into the dark and down the hill. The path is straight and we know it well. Into the dark, but who can tell what's waiting on this journey? Into the dark, to the end of the journey. Bring the reflective power of water to come and join our circle now. Blessed be. And into the dark without delay, though you be careful not to lose the way. Into the dark, who knows what may be lurking on this way. Into the dark, to get the thing that makes it worth the journeying. Into the dark. We open now for the hard, challenging power of the earth, and blessed be. And into the dark, without regrets. The choice is made, our task is set. Into the dark, but we can't forget why we're on this journey. We're into the dark to get our wish. Into the dark, then out of the dark and home by spring. Enter the circle, power of spirit. Blessed be. fans of musical theater will recognize that I am strongly influenced here by Stephen Sondheim. And now for the working. Settle yourself comfortably again in your place and listen to my voice. Winter has begun, and we have entered into the dark. We have harvested, we have prepared, we have stored our goods and changed our plans from outward looking to inward thinking and feeling. We will not be acting now so much as preserving and feeling through the coming cold time. But there is fertility in the darkness, mystery and fear and potential. We must go into the dark to identify some treasure that we can bring back, to find a quest that we can go on. What's in the dark waiting to be found? Why, our deepest dreams of love and adventure, our one true love, our true will. Take a moment now and think about your quest. What do you long for? What have you feared to do but postponed? What is out there in the dark now calling for you to come and rescue it? Close your eyes and now step forward to be happy forever. You must see your wishes come true. You can't be careful. You can't be clever. When you know your wish, you must pursue it. It's dangerous, but it's the only thing that you can do. Remind yourself now of your goal, of your wish, of the treasure calling you from the dark, and stumble forward. Though you are fearful, though the path is dark, though you might lose the path, though you may encounter wolves, you mustn't stop. The way is clear, we carry a light. We have no fear. The dark is just dark, the cold is just cold. There's no reason to be afraid here. And stumble forward, keeping always in your mind the goal, the glorious gift, the wondrous quest, your true love. If you know what you wish for, to get your wish, you have to go through the dark, where there's nothing clear, where danger and wolves appear. Into the dark and through the fear, we have to take this journey. Remind yourself again of your goal, of your wish, of the treasure that's calling to you from the dark. Into the dark. Into the dark and further dark. Into the dark. And there is the treasure, the goal, the wish, shining in the darkness, its light. Reach out now, take hold, own it. And now we can walk back out of the darkness together. There's something about going through dark times. We don't just survive, we become greater in danger and darkness. If we stayed at home, we'd stay the same forever. I'll meet you in the dark. Together, we know we'll get through it. And once we're through it, we can make these changes last. We are safe at home with our beautiful prize that we found in the darkness. We have to go through thick and thin. We have to take a chance in order to win. We venture out and we see within. We've become so much that we have never been. Into the dark, and then out again. Open your eyes now. Think of the thing that you found, that you wanted, that you searched, your true love, your true will, and hold that thing. It is not we who bless food and drink, but they bless us. In their nature, they nourish our bodies, and in sharing food and drink, we can create community. So it was in ancient times, and so it is today, and so as we go forward into the future. May you never thirst, and may you never hunger. Share food and drink with me and with whoever is in your circle at home. And offer some food and drink to the gods. And now to say goodbye to the center. Wishes may bring problems, and you might regret them. It's better that, though, than to have never get them. Be careful of wishes that you make. Be careful of paths that you take through the darkness, because your wishes will come true. Power of the Spirit, blessed be. To the north. Be careful of the things that you say. The children will listen. Be careful of the things that you do. The children will see and learn. Be careful of spells that you cast. Sometimes the spell may last past what you can see. And be careful of the stories that you tell, for those are spells. Thank you to the earth, and blessed be. To the west. So into the dark we go again. We have to go every now and then into the dark, no telling when, so you always be ready for the journey. Into the dark to find there's hope of getting through our journeys. Into the dark. Each time that we go, there's more to learn and more to grow. And thank you to the water. Blessed be. To the south. Although it's fearful, although it's deep, it's dark, and you may lose the path, and you may encounter wolves. You must listen, you must think. In the dark, there are always wolves. There are always spells. Into the dark, we find, we think, we teach, we join, we go to celebrate. Thank you to the fire that warms us, and the light that burns in all the candles through this darkness. Blessed be. And now to the east. Into the dark. It's always when you think that finally you're through, and then further into the dark you go again to take another journey. Sometimes people leave you halfway through the journey. Don't let it hurt you. No one leaves for good. No one is alone. You're not alone. Into the dark, into the dark, into the dark, and then out of the dark. We thank you to the air, blessed be. And now, before we leave sacred space, I'd like you to ground again. Just take a moment, settle yourself comfortably, close your eyes, and listen to my voice. Take a deep breath and hold it and release it. And again. And release it. And may we go from this place refreshed and aware. The circle is open and yet unbroken. Merry meet and merry part and merry meet again. Dear friends, the epidemic weakens, but not quickly enough. Soon we'll begin meeting again in person. To join our relaunching team and work together to make that happen, please contact us. We'll continue to offer online SBATs indefinitely. The next new moon will be celebrated on Wednesday, November 23rd at 7 p.m. And I'll see you then. And blessed be.